They were friends among themselves, and one of them is a cousin of Raj. And it was not a kind of a contract killing which they planned. Yes, the plan was to kill, but they did a favor for their friend Raj. And actually, right from the month of February in Dor, they had thought of ways where Sonam would disappear. And probably after disappearing, one instance was make her get washed by a river. Another instance was murder somebody, put her in her scooty, burn that person's body, claim that it is Sonam's. But all these things didn't fructify. And so when Raja and Sonam got married and they came for darshan to Kamakhya, so the other group also had come here. In fact, the three people had come much before, a few days before, on the 19th, and they had plans actually to eliminate Raja somewhere in Guwahati. Since it didn't fructify there also, Sonam made the plan actually to come to Shillong and Saura, and that's how this thing panned out, whereby they met in Nongyat, and from Nongyat came out together, and on their way to Vaisaudam, Raja, all of them were there inside the parking lot. Two of the assailants all three in fact, one by one, they had hacked him. And she was there, and the body was thrown. Thereafter, this happened about between 2 to 2:18. At about 2:18, they left that place. The raincoat which Sonam was wearing, she had given it to Akash, who had thrown his shirt, which had a blood spot. Akash, in fact, one of the scooties was driven by Sonam when they left Vaisaudam, and when he reached AV point, Akash got down in AV point to throw the raincoat which was given by Sonam because it was bloodstained. I think a few days back when we recovered, we were not very sure whether it was stained by blood or some other material. But now we confirm that yes, it is blood, and we are sending that for forensic. Thereafter, Akash took over the scooty, and Sonam became the pillion rider. Anand Kurmi drove the bike which Raja and Sonam had hired and left it in Saurarim. From there on, just after Lal Mauptam, we are trying to ascertain which place. She boarded a taxi, and Vicky, who's Vishal Chauhan, had given her a burqa which Raj had given to her, had given to him. She wore this burqa, came to Police Bazaar, took tourist taxi down to Guwahati, and in Guwahati she went to Lukra, ISBT. ISBT boarded a bus to Siliguri. Siliguri changed bus. She went to Patna. From Patna took a train from Patna she took, I think, a bus from Ara, and from Ara she took a train to Lucknow. Lucknow she took a bus to Indore. And there was one day, I think I can't recall the date. There was one day where the local media here had actually interviewed the guide who had gone down, and the guide had mentioned there were three people And it was on that day when these people came to know that 3 people had been identified or actually had been profiled, that Raj told Sonam that better leave Indore and come out somewhere in Siliguri and resurface there as a victim of abduction. But it just so happened that on the 8th, when Sonam was leaving from Indore, the 2 operational teams from here were in UP and Madhya Pradesh. And when the first arrest was made in UP, somehow Raj got this information that some people had abducted. He was not sure who abducted because our team and the UP team were in civil dress. He came to know that that some abduction had taken place. Not too sure whether it was the police or some other people, but panicked. And when he panicked, he told Sonam, wherever you are, call up your family and say that you've just escaped from an abduction. And that's how this whole thing was, it came to light in Khasi.
Sir, what about this 20 lakh thing that is coming to light?
See, I just said this is the first day of interrogation. These are all friends out here. Not much money actually had been handed over to them. Raj had given them about 50,000 for the expenditure out here. It has not come out as of now whether any big consideration was there. Considering Raj's financial background, he doesn't come from an affluent background. In fact, he comes from a very financially poor background. So this thing has not come, but we will see whether there is a financial angle, a property angle to this. As of now, at this juncture, it is very clear that it is a love angle which has happened. Raj is the mastermind. These are friends of his, and they wanted to get rid of him in various places. And I want to tell you also, in fact, they first, like I said, they wanted to get rid of him, eliminate him somewhere in Guwahati. It did not materialize. They wanted to eliminate him in Nongrian, but they didn't find a place to dispose the body. They wanted to do it between Maulakhyat and Vaisaudam also, when late Raja went to actually attend nature's call. That also didn't fructify. Finally, we did it in Vaisaudam.
Who is Jitendra Raghunshi? Who is Jitendra?
Because we still have a lot of investigation on it. Yeah. Next.
Can you tell us about Jitendra Raghunshi? Name is emerging.
See, I just said this is the first day, and all these other things we will. Perhaps you have to tell us how you've got that name.
Media
people
reports.
actually think. So these things, I'm telling you what we have in our preliminary investigation. Our questioning today. This is the first day of interrogation. We've got 8 days, and we'll probably perhaps take more custody also if required.
सर सोनम ने क्या ये बताया कि जब राजा को मारना ही था तो शादी क्यों की थी उससे क्यों शादी करने की जरूरत क्या थी
regarding that she had said in not very clear words, though we would more into actually the whole murder of it, but she said that she was forced to marry, so she just carried on, and that was the reason.
सर वो decided to सोनम को कुछ अफसोस है
रिमोर्स है जो कोई
I have not personally interrogated her, but regarding we have gone straight away as to actually what has happened. Regarding remorseness, this is something internal. I will not be able to say.
Who decided first to kill Raja? Sonam or Raj?
Like I said, the mastermind is Raj. Sonam is a partner out here.
Was there any Reiki done, sir? Was there any Reiki done?
There was no Reiki done. Reiki was done only in one place in Guwahati because the party which had come, the 3 people had come earlier, 19, they came 19, so they had at least about 2 days. They had done the Reiki, which was not possible. But here it was done as per where they could get a chance.
When did they reach Shillong? Particularly.
Which people?
These 3, when did they reach Shillong?
21st.
So very important question. They decided to kill before the marriage or after the marriage? When they just made this plan?
This was put about 11 days, 11 days before the marriage.
Before the marriage.
11 days before the marriage. This was 11 days before. 11 days. Yeah, Raj came up with a plan 11 days
Before the marriage.
17 दिन तक सोनम की मदद किस किस ने करी है रुकने में? सोनम की हेल्प 17 दिनों तक भागने में किस किस ने मदद की, कहाँ मदद करी है कुछ?
नहीं भी नहीं।
सर एक चीज बताइए, 2 जून को जिस दिन राजा की बॉडी मिली उस दिन सोनम कहाँ थी?
सॉरी,
2 जून 2nd of June तो सोनम कहाँ थी उस दिन, तो कैसे खबर मिली?
जब राजा की डेड बॉडी मिली जिस दिन, उस दिन सोनम कहाँ थी? उसकी लोकेशन क्या थी?
इंडोर।
इंदौर में।
किसने बताया उसे?
Did you start the murder angle moving when you got the body, or even before that you have initiated the murder angle?
No, we think the worst because that is a very peaceful place. It's never happened to any tourist, and we have trekkers who are lost. Of course, we had one just before that unfortunate incident where a trekker got lost at night. So murder was actually not in our minds first because that place is very tourist friendly. People are very helpful. The locals live on tourism out there. They make the stakeholders are all tourist friendly. So that was not in our thought first. But when we found the body, that's when I had press briefing that it was a homicide case.
What were the elements that helped you trace them out?
Well, a lot of, like I said, a lot of things where the team was put together. We had pieced a lot of evidence, a lot of data, a lot of information, a lot of witnesses, a lot of people who would describe profiling, a lot of things and all that. Went into actually piecing all this evidence and getting something credible which would lead to this.
Sir, is it 8 days? 8 days is the enough for the Meghalaya police to file the search sheet for the court?
No, 8 days is just for remand. We have 90 days to file our charge sheet. But I'm sure much before that we will file our
Sir,
charge
a very important question is the family of Sonam knew about the relationship between Raj and Sonam and deliberately they forced her to get married.
See, that is beyond the terms of reference actually of the investigation. This is the first day. It is very clear that she was in love with somebody, but she had to get married to somebody because it was an arranged marriage.
Family didn't know.
Regarding?
Family knew about the affair or not?
No, I don't think so. But yet we'll have to confirm that.
सर सोनम कितने दिन इंदौर में रही वो?
So she was there from the 26th, from the 26th to 8th.
The question still remains, if it is before 11 days of marriage, the question still remains, why she had to wait for the marriage to eliminate him?
Well, I think probably there was no way out, and she probably must have thought there was no way out, and that's how planning actually to eliminate him.
सर सॉरी, क्योंकि सोनम की क्या सारे दिन वहाँ पर रही है इंदौर, तो गाजीपुर कैसे पहुँची थी, कितने दिन
इंदौर में कितने दिन रही सर?
No, so like I said, 26th to the 8th. 8th she left.
She left from Indore and then reached to.
She's supposed to go 8th. She was supposed to go to Siliguri in a vehicle arranged by Raj. But actually, when the arrest happened the arrest happened in UP, and Raj got information that Akash was picked up and didn't know whether it was police or other people because they came in civil dress. That's how he panicked. He just told her, just resurface wherever you are.
सर ये सोनम का रिक्रिएशन कब करेंगे सर, दोबारा वहाँ जगह लेके?
See, once we have